Hello, hello. How is everyone doing on this Saturday evening? I hope you guys are all having a beautiful evening or morning if you're watching me from the other side of the world. Yes, I know I didn't go live Wednesday. I apologize. I've been really busy this week, but I have a good live tonight. I have a wonderful presentation to give you guys today regarding the Black Cube and its connection to Saturn, the rings of Saturn, and the dark occult. Now, before I get into the presentation, I do want to mention that recently, according to the Galactic Alliance, in the last week, there was a replacement of the black cube and also the red cube, and I'm going to explain what those things are in a bit, with the diamond white cube, which is a gift from the higher Christed races, the Solarian races, also known as the Emerald Covenant or Emerald Order. So things are going to be now moving into a new heaven on earth, you could say. I want to welcome everyone who is here. Thank you so much for being here. And I also want to introduce myself to those that are new. For those that don't know me, my name is Ishmael Perez. I'm the author of those two books back there, The Secret Government, Invisible Architects, and of course, Our Cosmic Origin, both of which are available on Amazon. And these books are profound. I don't think there's many books out there like Our Cosmic Origin, Restoring Galactic History, the Organization of Universes, and so on and so forth. And for those that also have not taken my course, my last class for the year is going to be in 2 weeks on the 26th and the 27th, which fall on a Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be teaching Ascension Basics and, of course, Our Cosmic Origin. If you guys have not had a chance or an opportunity to take my courses, you are missing out on a lot of cosmic information. Make sure you guys get that class in 2 weeks. I hope to see you guys, in an intimate session on a Zoom conference, classroom setting where we could actually go deep and talk and ask me any question you want. I am still doing 50% off for those courses. And of course, I'm going to be launching my book tour in California, because that's where I live. I'm going to be launching my book tour in the city of Banning. That's over in Riverside County, about 25 minutes from Palm Springs. And it's a free event. For those that want to come hang out with me, I'm going to be doing a lecture, Q&A, of course, book signing, and more importantly, we're going to be interacting from 12 noon all the way till 6 p.m. So with that in mind, I do want to make a reference as to a day in history. I always like to start my lives by making a reference in day in history in order to prevent my copycat channels from stealing my content. So on this very day, on the 12th of October, if I haven't mentioned the date, it is the 12th of October, right? In the Alpha Positive timeline, Columbus reached the New World. Well, for those that have read The Secret Government, you probably know that Columbus was working for the Cabal, for the Vatican back then, and that it was actually the Knights Templars that had made the discovery of the New World years before Columbus. And I'm not trying to say just any years. I'm talking about hundreds of years before Columbus sailed the seven seas. We could say that the Knights Templars were already marking this land and blessing it to eventually restore the Constitutional Republic of the United States government. All right, with no further ado, let's get into what the Black Cube means and its, symbology, its historical context, its occultic significance all throughout history. I had to do a lot of research here for you guys, and of course, I am going to be sharing a download, a transmission that was given to me by the Galactic Council in reference to how in the last week, the Black Cube, which is the symbol of power, that is, you could say, the structure. It's really a tesseract, right? A fourth dimensional geometrical structure that was actually at the head of the Octagon group, BlackRock, and of course, Vanguard. Okay. So with that in mind, let's get into revealing the history of it and how it was recently replaced by the Guardian races. So the Black Cube of Saturn, also known as, is the emblem of occult power for the Darksters, right? For the Luciferian Brotherhoods. We see these symbols everywhere. We see them in movies, music videos. It has become a potent symbol within various esoteric and occultic Occultic organizations, commonly known as secret societies, Luciferian secret societies. Let me make that distinction, right? Not all secret societies have an evil. Um, so occult traditions, talked about this, which invokes a sense of deep enigmatic power and mystical authority. So this seemingly single shape is shrouded in layers of ancient myth, astrological significance, and metaphysical symbolism. Its prominence in occult circles stems not only from its geometrical properties, which corresponds to the northern hemisphere of planet Saturn. There is a black cube that correlates with the black cube that was also installed here on our planet when the negative Anunnaki took over. It's got an astrological significance, and it's got metaphysical symbolism in the occult. Okay, so its prominence in occult circles stems not only from its geometric properties, but also from its association with the planet Saturn. Right? Many of you guys have heard of the Order of the Black Sun. Well, the Black Sun is Saturn, right? So this is you could say, order that the black magicians, those that have been at the top of the pyramid of the Cabal, have been a part of. So for those that don't know, planet Saturn is the celestial body long revered and feared for its connection to time, restriction, and death. So, and of course, the darker aspects of the cosmic law. So let's explore how the black cube of Saturn is interpreted as an emblem of power within this occult, delving into its historical roots, symbolic meaning, and metaphysical significance. So in terms of mythological and historical roots, we could say that the symbolism of Saturn, and by extension, the black cube, dates back to antiquity, where ancient civilizations revered Saturn as both a god and a celestial body with complex attributes. In Roman mythology, for example, Saturn was the god of agriculture and time, often depicted with a skiff to represent the inevitable harvest of death. The Greek counterpart, Kronos, was the Titan, right? Who was overthrown by Zeus. Of course, Zeus is the one who ushered in the golden age after it was ruled by a dark age under the rule of Kronos, who was at the head of the Titans, who devoured his children to prevent them from usurping his power, further emphasizing the themes of control, limitation, and fear that surrounded the planet. So the black cube itself appears in various cultures and religions, often as a sacred or mystical object. In Judaism, right, the Nephilim, right, a black cube worn during prayer, during the time called Tefillim, I'm sorry, not Nephilim, Tefillim, contained verses from the Torah symbolizing the connections between the human mind and the divine. In Islam, okay, according to the religion of Islam, the Kaaba in Mecca is also a black cube shaped building. Is the holiest site and the direction of prayer for millions of Muslims worldwide. While these examples are not inherently occultic, the prominence of the cube as a powerful symbol of divine authority and cosmic order is evident across various traditions. For instance, in terms of the astrological connection to it, Saturn is often regarded as a malevolent planet, representing limitation, discipline, structure, and the inability to escape time. Okay, Saturn is the taskmaster, and that explains the reincarnational trope, right? The moon Saturn matrix that was recently dismantled, but now, as in the last week, even the black cube has been replaced, and I will explain how that happened. Okay, so Saturn is the taskmaster of the zodiac, governing karma, responsibility, and the boundaries of the physical world. Notice that I said the boundaries of the physical world, right? We have been entrapped in the reincarnational cycle, right, due to this Saturn moon matrix that was held together by the black cube, the Tesseract, which is a fourth dimensional geometry. So for this reason, Saturn is often seen as a symbol of the material plane, the struggle of life within the limitations of time and space. So in occultism, Saturn represents the forces of entropy, right? Which means what? The end, right? Death and rebirth. Themes deeply embedded in the cycle of life. The planet's rings, which trap and encapsulate its essence, can be seen as a representation of boundaries and confinement, mirroring the black cube's geometric perfection and structural solidity. So, occultists and secret societies, mainly those that were associated with the Luciferian Brotherhood, right, have often looked to Saturn as a symbol of their material world's control over the spiritual realm. So the cube, with its six faces and perfect symmetry, represents the idea of limitation and confinement within the three-dimensional world, while also suggesting a hidden transcending force within. So the cube as a geometric figure holds special significance in occult traditions, particularly in relationship to Saturn. So in sacred geometry per se, the cube is often considered a symbol of earthly power, stability, and foundational strength. This six-aided nature of the cube represents the material world as it is associated with the number six, right? Not seven, right? God is associated with the number seven, right? They say the devil is associated with the number six, like 666, which corresponds to physical limitation and, of course, physical what? Confinement, all right? So that we won't escape the 3D matrix. So in many esoteric traditions, the cube is seen as a manifestation of the four elements, also air, fire, wind, and water, brought into balance within the confines of matter. Additionally, the black color of the cube is symbolic of the void. And for those that have taken our cosmic origin class, those that have heard the cosmic history, we do know that all evil stemmed from being out in the void, right? Disconnected from God's source, becoming corrupted in the void, and then trying to infiltrate the living organic multiverse. We call that the asuras, the archon energies, right? Which came from the void, also known as the noosphere for those that have studied theosophy, or the lower astral realm, right? Which is symbolic to what? The unknown and the hidden aspects of reality. In alchemy, black is known as nigredo, which represents the initial stage of transformation, the dissolution of old forms, and the confrontation with darkness before spiritual rebirth. This further aligns with the black cube and the process of death and renewal, themes deeply associated with Saturn's energies. In modern occultism, the black cube of Saturn has been adopted by various secret societies and esoteric groups as a symbol of control, authority, and get this, and hidden knowledge, okay? This cube, as a vessel of Saturn's influence, represents the mastery of time, space, and matter. In some interpretations, the black cube is seen as a gateway or a portal to other dimensions where the limitations of the physical world are transcended. So in other words, a lot of the ascended masters, or those humans that have broken the limitation of the 3D matrix in order to reunite with their fifth dimensional avatar, hence ascension to light body, have actually gone through the gates of the black cube and have broken the barriers of the third dimensional limitation in order for them to achieve immortality in physical form. So it becomes a focal point for meditation in terms of the dark magicians, those that are playing the dark side. They actually focus on the black cube when they are trying to conjure demons, when they are, for those that are necromancers, right? Black magicians, warlocks, like John Dee, right? Who was the advisor of Queen Elizabeth I. He was actually working with the black cube, okay? So the black cube of Saturn is tied into more nefarious forms of control, suggesting that it represents a hidden power structure, a symbol used by elite groups to maintain and enslave humanity. In this context, the black cube becomes a metaphor for the matrix of control, where individuals are trapped within the limitations of this material reality, unable to access their true spiritual potential. The cube thus is both a prison and a key to unlocking hidden truths, depending on one's perspective and understanding its symbolism. So the occult concept of rebirth and transformation is heavily linked to the black cube of Saturn. In various, we could say spiritual traditions, or let's just say occultic traditions, esoteric traditions, the journey towards breaking away from the limitations of the 3D world often involves confronting darkness and restrictions before achieving what? Liberation, right? And this is what we call ascension. It's like throughout centuries or throughout millenniums, people that wanted to break away from the limitations of the third dimensional reality had to, breach and confront and be confronted by the black cube and overcome it. All right. So the black cube in this context can be seen as a crucible and beliefs to emerge as something new. Saturn's association of cyclical rebirth, the death of one phase of life leading to the birth of another. In occultic traditions, this is reflected in the idea of spiritual death, the dissolution of the ego and the material self before the individual is reborn into higher consciousness. The black cube represents the necessary step of confinement and struggle, symbolizing the trials one must endure before accessing higher realms of spiritual existence. The black cube of Saturn holds a profound and multifaceted role in occultic traditions, serving as a powerful emblem of limitation and hidden knowledge. Rooted in ancient mythology and astrology interpretations, it symbolizes the forces of restriction and death, while also representing mastery over the material world for those that break its barrier, right? As in the case of the ascended masters. In its geometric form, the cube encapsulates the balance of creation, the foundation of reality, and the boundaries of existence. Yet for those who understand its deeper meaning, it also offers a gateway to transcending those limitations, pointing to the possibility of spiritual liberation beyond the confines of the physical plane. As an emblem of power in the occult, the black cube of Saturn remains a symbol of both control and confinement. The transformation of the Earth's energetic and power structures represent a significant shift in higher consciousness and planetary dynamics. All right, this is where it gets good, guys. This is where I'm going to relate a transmission that came from the Galactic Alliance, okay? The black and red cubes, the black and red cubes, because there's also a red cube, and I'll explain the red cube in a little bit, but they work together, have been powerful constructs that once manipulated, and notice that I said once, all right, because as of a week ago, they have been dismantled. They were powerful constructs that once manipulated the Earth's electromagnetic field, and for those that understand physics, the electromagnetic field of the planet is what holds the hologram together, what we call the third dimensional reality. They have now been neutralized as of a week ago. That is great news, Galactic Jedis. And they have been replaced by the diamond white Tesseract of the Emerald Order, right, which is the Guardian Alliance. This event marks the beginning of the planet's ascension into higher dimensions and the establishment of a new harmonious order that is going to, ensure that is going to materialize as a result of that. So the black cube apparently has always represented the apex of the pyramidal power structure of the cabal, right? So for a millennium, the black cube was deeply intertwined with the planetary grid system, where its reversal codes were used to maintain power and control. These codes have interfered with the natural vibrations or frequencies of the Earth and ourselves, creating a matrix of illusion and limitation that obscured humanity's true potential, right? This manipulation is said to have contributed to the pervasive darkness that characterized much of human history, as the cube acted like an energetic anchor, tethering humanity to a lower vibrational state. So the role of the red cube now is connected to an advanced artificial intelligence computer system that was given the code name the Red Queen. Let me explain what the red cube is and how it works together and how it had been working together with the black cube. So the black cube was not working in isolation, apparently. It operated in conjunctions with the red cube, which corresponds to an advanced alien artificial intelligence that became known as the Red Queen. This system, allegedly installed beneath the Denver International Airport in Colorado back in the 50s, by the Dark Fleet, by the way, was used to manipulate clone puppets and global power structure. The Red Cube's energies were linked to sophisticated control mechanisms that directed the actions and decisions of key figures in power, thereby ensuring that the status quo of control remained unchallenged. Furthermore, the Red Queen, aka or codenamed the Red Queen, which is an advanced AI system, used the Red Cube's frequency codes to maintain an intricate network of influence over economies, politics, and the entire social domain of this planet since the 1950s. This included the manipulation of financial institutions with entities like BlackRock and Vanguard drawing upon the energies from the Black Cube to maintain their dominion over global markets. The cube's interwoven systems thus represented a multi-layered apparatus of control, affecting not just the physical plane, but also the energetic and mental realms of human experience. According to the esoteric sources, the black and red cubes were brought to the Earth from the Betelgeuse star system, which is located near the Orion constellation, which is, of course, run by Draconians, right? The Betelgeuse star system has always been a stronghold for the Draconians, for those that have taken my class or read my book. Their purpose was to control the planetary grid as it was hauled in from the Betelgeuse star system. Their purpose was to control the planetary grid lines by introducing reversal codes that disrupted the natural order of energy across this planet. This installation was part of a larger agenda by dark forces to maintain their influence and prevent humanity from awakening to its true multidimensional nature. The use of these cubes to manipulate the Earth's energy matrix explains why the planet has endured prolonged periods of darkness and spiritual stagnation. The dismantling, however, of the black and red cubes within the last week marks the end of an era of control and the beginning of a profound transformation. And this is why I strongly believe why Mr. T, I don't have my hat here, is coming into office. His victory is ensured. Okay, the neutralization of the red cube has repeatedly or reportedly resulted in the shutdown of the Red Queen advanced AI system, thereby disrupting the control mechanisms that influence world leaders and financial systems. Similarly, the removal of the Black Cube's influence has weakened the grip of corporations like BlackRock and Vanguard, and that explains why they became bankrupt 2 weeks ago, because they knew that the alliance was in key position to strip them from their power and resources. These are, you could say, investment firms that pretty much owned 90% of the planet, but now they don't have any more power, which had utilized its energies. I'm talking about, these organizations. They used to utilize its energies to maintain a stronghold over global affairs. So the replacement of these cubes with the diamond white tesseract that was given to us by the Emerald Order symbolizes the restoration of harmony to the planetary grid. The diamond white tesseract acts as a higher frequency construct, aligning with the energies of the Emerald Order, who are described as the guardians of creation and cosmic harmony. This new energetic structure facilitates the flow of higher dimensional energies that are going to now be coming, and they have been in the last few days, all right, into the Earth, paving the way for the establishment of the seventh golden age of enlightenment, or a new heaven on earth. So with the diamond white tesseract now in place, the full force of divine energies can descend upon the earth. All right, now that the black cube and the red cube have been, removed, now we're going to be seeing an acceleration, right, of consciousness, of spirituality on the planet like never before. We're going to be witnessing the acceleration of the planet's ascension and raising of the collective consciousness. This transformation is expected to lead to a period of unprecedented disclosure, where hidden truths and ancient knowledge are going to be revealed once again to the general population, breaking down the barriers that once confined humanity. So the replacement of the black and red cubes signify not just the end of control, but the emergence of a new era, a new age where the forces of light are poised to guide humanity towards a future of unity, peace, and spiritual enlightenment. The shift away from the black and red cubes represent a reclamation of the Earth's original blueprint, setting the stage for the disclosure of long-hidden knowledge and the manifestation of a new golden age of enlightenment and higher consciousness. In the unfolding of the spiritual awakening, the diamond white tesseract has emerged as a critical energetic construct, facilitating the anchoring of new blueprints and divine templates on the earth. I'm excited. I'm so excited to see what unfolds as a result of this. This multidimensional structure is allowing light warriors, light workers, to channel pure source energy and activate the Christ consciousness in those who are aligning themselves through the shadow work and the inner centering. The replacement of the black cube and red cube with the diamond white cube is accelerating this process now more so than ever, restoring the original divine timeline, also known as the sacred timeline, and diffusing the artificial distortions such as black goo and nanobot technology, smart dust, whatever you want to call it. The energies of the white diamond cube are purging negative energies as I speak, clearing the exotonal lines of the earth, neutralizing dark magicians, and will be activating dormant DNA in starseeds. So there's going to be 3 waves of dormant DNA activation. All right. Prepare for the first wave to be activated sometime before this year, as it's going to set the stage for the second wave and then finally the third wave as we reach solar maximum in spring of 2025. So the diamond white tesseract represents a higher vibrational energy field that resonates with purity, clarity, and of course, unconditional love. So as a multidimensional construct, which is what we truly exist in, right? We've only been limited to a very narrow bandwidth of frequencies known as, limited reality. But now we're going to all of a sudden have access to more reality than what we've been limited to as a result of this. So what that means is that as a multidimensional construct, it serves as a gateway for the flow of divine source energy into the Earth's energetic grid. This influx of energy is going to be helping light workers anchor in new blueprints and divine templates into the collective consciousness, allowing humanity to realign with its higher purpose. So the new blueprint being anchored are based on the original cosmic design for human evolution, templates that promote unity, unconditional love, and of course, the embodiment of Christ's consciousness, which is going to be the returning of Christ. That's the meaning of the second coming. As the new diamond white tesseract infuses these divine codes into the earth, it triggers a global awakening, activating higher potentials of those who have cleared their karmic shadows and have centered into their inner being. These individuals, free from the distortions of ego and fear, are going to be experiencing a profound shift as their connection to source deepens and they become conduits of agape love, which is the purest form of love emanating directly from source. So the black cube and the red cube have been symbols of control and structures that have kept humanity entrapped in lower vibrational matrix. These cubes represent energies of limitation, manipulation, and conflict that have been tied to artificial timelines, artificial systems designed to suppress human potential and distort the flow of divine energy. But we don't have to worry about that because now the flow of divine energy is going to be coming in full throttle as a result of this diamond white tesseract. However, with the arrival of the diamond white tesseract cube, these lower vibrational energies are being dismantled. The diamond white cube, as a higher dimensional construct, is accelerating the restoration of the sacred timeline, which is the original divine timeline that aligns with source, with source vision for human evolution, right? As we become physical angels, or Homo luminous, which marks the next stage of our evolution for those that are going into the positive ascending timeline. So the shift from the black cube signifies a dismantling of control, the dismantling of control mechanisms and the liberation of human consciousness. This timeline, known as a sacred timeline, is the true path of spiritual and of awakening, and it's also going to mark the acceleration for the collective of humanity, for those that are ready. So one of the most significant effects of the diamond white cube is its ability to diffuse artificial elements such as black goo and nanobots. And for those that accidentally were forced into getting that 4 or 3 years ago, if you are on the path of spirituality, that's going to be neutralized as a result of that. All right. So apparently black goo, often associated with dark energetic substances, right, nanotech, represents an artificial intelligence or entity that has been interfering with human consciousness and its evolution, right? Similarly, nanobots are technological constructs that have been introduced into human bodies through, of course, the spraying of the skies, our food supply. I mean, it's everywhere, guys, right? It has been everywhere. To suppress natural spiritual growth and to manipulate organic life processes. In other words, they have been trying to suppress our spiritual evolution, the activation of our dormant DNA, but they failed because now their mechanisms of control have been removed. So the diamond white cube's high frequency energies are dissolving these artificial elements, restoring the purity of human bodies and, of course, their energetic fields. As the black goo and nanobots are being neutralized, individuals are free from the technological and energetic interferences that has kept them disconnected from accessing their higher selves and their divine purpose. So we have no excuses now. It's going to be easier to access our divine self and source now. Now that that these nanobots and the black goo has been removed. This process is essential for the full activation of Christ's consciousness within individuals, allowing them to embody their true essence. The exotonal lines are the energy pathways also within the human body, right? Just like the earth has, you could say, meridians, or what we call ley lines, the human body has meridians as well, right? Connecting to all the different chakras. And by the way, we have hundreds of chakras, minor chakras within the human body. Not just 7 major chakras. So the exotonal lines are the energy pathways within the human body and the Earth's energetic grid that connects to a larger cosmic grid. So basically, now that these elements of control have been removed, right, now it's going to be easier for us to connect with a larger cosmic grid, which is also known as the eternal life systems of the cosmic currents. These lines carry the energies of source, and when they are blocked or distorted, individuals experience disconnection from their higher consciousness and source energy. And that explains why they were pushing that 3 years ago, because they were trying to disconnect us from our higher self and source energy. And to an extent, a lot of the normies fell for the trap and they became severe from that, right? It became harder for them to receive downloads, to receive transmissions, or messages from their team, right? Their spirit guides. So the diamond white cube is facilitating the clearing of these exotonal lines that exist within our physical bodies, right? That are connected to our energetic bodies, allowing for the free flow of divine energy. As these lines are cleared, demonic and archon entities, energetic parasites that fed off fear and lower vibrational states, are being removed from the earth as I speak. These entities have long been a part of the lower vibrational matrix that has kept humanity in a state of fear and separation. This clearing of the exotonal lines is a crucial step in the restoration of the sacred timeline. I keep talking about going back to the sacred timeline, right? As it ensures that the earth and humanity are once again connected to the universal flow of divine energy. So Another thing that's happening right now is the neutralization of black magic, hexes, curses, generational curses. All that stuff is being cleared as I speak as a result of that. And most importantly, the dark magicians, there's a few dark magicians that were left. They have been quarantined and are under surveillance by the Guardian Alliance, right? So throughout history, right, the dark magicians have used black magic, rituals, and manipulative codes to control the flow of energy and siphon the divine power for what? Selfish purposes, right? These individuals have worked with corrupted geometries. They have they have used the quantum field for their own selfish reasons to manipulate it for evil in order to maintain control over humanity's consciousness. However, with the arrival of the diamond white cube, the new Tesseract, this manipulation is coming to an end. The diamond white cube is neutralizing all forms of black magic and stripping the dark magicians of their abilities. The codes, the geometries, and the quantum powers that were once used to maintain control are now being returned to their original divine form. Those who have engaged in these manipulations are being placed in energetic quarantine, right? It's almost like they're being arrested, unable to access the energies they once, manipulated. This neutralization marks a living point, a turning point, marks a turning point in humanity's liberation as the powers of darkness are rendered ineffective. So, as the Earth's frequency rises and the sacred timeline is restored, star seeds and celestial beings in human form are going to be accelerating as they refuse with their true divine nature. And a lot of that entails the activation of dormant DNA. So these individuals who have incarnated on Earth with the purpose of guiding humanity through the ascension process are now going to have the ability to merge more so than ever with their divine counterpart, whether it's their angelic self, their galactic self, or their archangelic self, for those of us that are archangels in human form, or their Elohim self, right? There's a few of us that are actually Elohim from the 13th dimension that have also volunteered in human form. This merging is facilitating the Christ light, which seals these beings in divine power and wisdom. So starseeds and celestials are now going to have the opportunity to step into their roles as leaders and guides for the Earth Terrans, embodying the frequencies of love, light, and unity. Their activation is a key component of the global ascension process, which is in effect, as they hold these codes, right, and knowledge necessary for humanity to transition into the new Earth paradigm. So as they merge with the higher dimensional aspects of themselves, which is now available more than ever, guys, we are going to be able to become fully integrated with our divine light or our divine higher self, ready to assist humanity in its journey towards full consciousness and divine alignment. The white diamond tesseract is going to be playing a pivotal role in the next few months in the transformation of the Earth and humanity by anchoring new blueprints and divine templates. It is facilitating the activation of Christ consciousness and restoring the original sacred timeline. The replacement of the black and red cubes with the diamond white cube is overall accelerating the process more so than ever, dissolving lower vibrational elements and freeing humanity from the control of the dark entities and their manipulative technologies. So as starseeds and celestial beings awaken, a new era of love, unity, and ascension is dawning. Humanity is going to be returning to the original divine blueprint, as stated in all the prophecies, right? Aligned with the frequencies of unconditional love and pure source light. So, yeah, that's what's been happening in the last week. How are you guys doing out there? I hope you guys are doing great. I do want to acknowledge some of you guys. I see Chastin Rose in the house. Who else is in the house? Let me put on my glasses. Diana77 is in the house. Mathis Chronicles is in the house. Elizabeth Namaste, Starlight, Jill Hunt is in the house. Joanna, Nature Boy, Radiant Guardians, Who else is in the house? Nature Boy, I think I've already mentioned him. New York, Aaron Elizabeth is in the house. Paul Michael is in the house. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Almost 1,000 people that are in the house. So, yeah, before I open it up for Q&A, I just want to remind you guys that I am going to be teaching my last classes for the year, Ascension Basics, and our Cosmic Origin on the 26th and 27th on the Saturday and Sunday next 2 weeks from now. So if you guys haven't had a chance to sign up, this is your opportunity. Go to my website or cosmicorigin.com and really just get your minds blown, okay? With that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and take some Q&A. If you guys could please type your questions in capital letters, that would be greatly appreciated. Tony R says, thank you for all you do, your handwork, your hard work. How and when will we start experiencing the effects of the cube replacement? And the first was of DNA upgrades. Well, I believe that we might witness the activation of the first waivers sometime before the end of the year. But that is my perspective. That is my opinion, coming from different sources, not just myself, coming from the Galactic Alliance, coming from other people that have been also receiving channeling information transmissions. They're all saying that right now we are being afforded the opportunity to really anchor in our higher divine self and merge it with our physical body. Oh, thank you, Radiant Guardians, for reminding everybody to please rock the the like button, and share with as many people as possible. Thank you. Diana77, thank you so much for your generous donation. She says, you're the best. Well, I'm just doing my part, guys. I'm part of a greater team. I believe that, it's a team effort here. So I'm just doing my part, but thank you so much for that compliment. Majorie Roth, thank you so much for your generous super chat. She says, thank you. We're grateful for your updates. Oh, you are so welcome, Majorie. I appreciate that. Do you think when we ascend, there will be no longer be scammers? Oh, absolutely. Once we are fully anchored in the new positive optimal Earth timeline, dishonesty, anything that has to do with ego, taking advantage of others, all that stuff is not going to be existing anymore. This is a question from, wow, it's going so fast. Here, let me use my mouse here to pin question. Now that I'm only broadcasting on my YouTube channel, it's easy for me to rewind, stop, and pause the chat. So this is a question from Krisu Sefu. Hi, Ishmael. Will we use passports in the 5th dimension during a trip to the 4th dimension? Absolutely not. No. We're going to be using our light bodies to navigate to the different realms or the different densities. No passport needed, in other words. Kathy Rainbow says, this brings so much joy to the soul and heart. Blessings and gratitude, Ishmael. We love you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. Is Elon Musk one of the good guys? Elon Musk is playing both sides. I've already mentioned. Actually, I did 2 lives. All right. I did a deep dive on Elon Musk about a month ago. If you guys want to check those lives, they are on my YouTube channel. So he's playing 2 roles. He's got a light aspect of himself, and he also has his old shadow dark magician technocratic aspect that reincarnated from planet Mars. So he's playing both sides. Any updates on the med beds? The med beds are here. They're here. They're being, again, a lot of these med beds are going to, and they are going to be for free, by the way, free of charge. The medbits are only going to be coming out when the cabal is exposed. And because Mr. T is going to be coming back to the White House, we could say that, yes, absolutely. There's going to be a huge rollout of free energy devices, medbit technology, and all kinds of futuristic, exotic technologies. Ishmael, do all other galactic beings have souls, including the reptilians? That's a good question. Are they fractals of Source? How do they come into existence? Much love and gratitude. Yes, all the beings, with the exception of artificial intelligence or cybernetic intelligences, have connection or have a soul. In other words, they have a connection to God. However, the dark beings like the androids or like the robotic rays and some of the negative ETs like the draconians have severed their connection to God. So, they used to have a soul. Unfortunately, for some of the draconians, they did merge with AI through nanites. They were consumed by nanites. So, most definitely, no, they don't have a soul anymore as a result of that. But yet, originally, the reptilians did have a soul until, of course, they decided to align with artificial intelligence. Ishmael, do you see any more destructive hurricanes coming to Florida? That is a good question. As a reminder, guys, it was the Black Cube that was the symbol of control behind BlackRock that was actually using this, Red Queen technology, which came to us from the Orion system, to manipulate the weather, right? To take over the technology of the planet. So what happened in the last 2 weeks, especially what happened in North Carolina, that was all done by AI. So I would have to say that now that it's been dismantled, we shouldn't be seeing any more hurricanes brewing. So if there are natural disasters, they're not going to be as severe. That's basically going to be the Earth releasing herself from all the density, so she could undergo ascension. So first she has to purge herself from all the negative energy that was dumped on her. Right, the Earth as a sentient being has endured a lot. So when she does that, it's going to manifest in the form of natural, earthquakes and natural hurricanes, but they're not going to be as lethal, you could say, or as severe. I like this question. Tony R. Will the cube replacement have an effect on the normies? I would say, yeah, absolutely. Definitely. Ishmael, HARP or AI are one and the same. Not necessarily. HARP is a technology that has been used by the cabal to manipulate weather. AI is artificial intelligence, right? It's inorganic sentiency entities. So those are two different things. I like that. Is Camel Toe speechless because she was cut off from the Black Cube? Well, I did hear that they might have they're probably going to replace her because she's doing really bad. So who knows? But it doesn't matter who they replace her with. Mr. T has the victory. The White Hats are going to be coming full throttle, right? Pretty soon. We're going to be seeing it. No, the White Hats did not take down the Red Queen. The Red Queen was deactivated when the Guardian Alliance deactivated the Red Cube. If you are late on this live, I would suggest watching this live from the beginning so you could learn about the Red Cube and its connections to the Red Queen, which is an advanced AI computing system, the most advanced AI computing system that was being used by the dark side. Ishmael, how do we know if we are star seeds that came back to help? Well, if you feel different, if you felt like you don't fit in, let me go ahead and pin that question. If you ever felt like you weren't from this planet, chances are that you are an old soul, that you came back to help. Absolutely. But one of the things that I do for those that take our cosmic origin class, or even if you take the ascension basics, is I will get an energetic reading from you where I will tap into your energy and pretty much tell you what star system you came from. And that's one thing that's included for those that take my course is I will go ahead and tap into your energy and let you know exactly what star system you originated from. And believe it or not, guys, a lot of us are star seed hybrids. We've been around in our universe in different incarnations. So we could be more than one thing, but we always have a mainframe origin in which we incarnate first in this universe. Hi, brother. I too am from the Emerald Order. Well, I believe that everyone on this chat and everyone who is watching this on the replay is somehow associated with the Emerald Order. Absolutely. That's where that we took an oath, right? We took an oath with the Guardian Alliance, the Emerald Order, before incarnating on the earth, that we would serve the light. Absolutely. Ishmael, will you do more in-person live events? Well, I am having a book event in Banning, California on the 9th of November at the Fox Theater. I actually rented out the entire theater just so that we could have, you know, so that we could hang out there and just have it for us, right? Only people that are there for the event are able to come in on that day, in other words. Yes, people that have been replaced have been cloned. Oh, and by the way, I do read the comments, and I want you guys to know that everything I present on my lives, I actually write. I always like to write my presentations before I go live. I prepare 3 to 4 hours in advance, right before I go live all the time. So whether it's a Y Hat update report or a Saturday Night Live or Wednesday Night Live, I always prepare. I always get the transmissions, and then I do the research, and then that's how I put the presentation together. Can you go deeper on what some of us may feel or what this process will be like as you activate as one of the first waivers and the requirements for being the first? Oh, okay, that's a very good question. Um, well, our intuition, right before we activate the dormant DNA, all of our psychic abilities are going to come online. We're going to have an enhanced way of, you could say, of sensing things, knowing things that are going to be happening. We're also going to be feeling energy, a big energy rush through our body, which is the activation of our dormant DNA. We're probably going to be vibrating. Some of us are going to be feeling like we're going to be levitating. That is going to be a sign that you are activating the vibrational feeling going through your body as the energy surges. Feeling a state, feeling a sense of vibration, feeling it is going to cause you to want to levitate. So, feel free and levitate, guys. That means you're going to be in full control of the electromagnetic and gravitational field of the planet. So those are what we're going to be feeling right before we become activated. And then once we become activated, you're going to feel like a current of energy. Like you're just going to be buzzing. And then that's when you're going to know that you have been activated. So I need you guys to, center yourselves when this happens, right? You're going to want to levitate. You're going to want to just take off and fly. I want you guys to just bring down those vibrations and fuse them with your physical body. So what you're doing is you're going to just transform every cell in your body is going to become absorbent of the full light energy quotient that is going to be coming in. So many questions, so many questions. Let me rewind a little bit. I think I am missing a lot of good questions that I want to address. Ishmael, if Mother Earth stays in the dystopian timeline, does it have to stay there or in the fourth, fifth dimension? No, Mother Earth is not going to the dystopian timeline. Mother Earth is scheduled to ascend into the fourth density, fifth density, and sixth density or dimensions. Yeah, the dystopian timeline is going to be a cybernetic, technocratic matrix. So no, Mother Earth is not going to be a part of that. That's going to be when the timeline split takes place. Or that's going to happen as a result of the timeline split. Ishmael, what is your thoughts on the 5th of November being the first day of the 10 days of darkness? Lockdown, could it possibly be clarify this with the Galactic Alliance? Much love. I will. I will actually give you that answer in 2 days when I do my Monday night White Hat report. That's a very good question. Ishmael, you're live on Gaia with George Nori was awesome. Thank you. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Lee Star. If you guys don't have a subscription to Gaia TV, you guys could get a 7-day free trial. Just make sure you cancel at the end of the week, right? Just so that you can watch my episode. All right. If you guys want to watch my episode and get it and watch it for free, right? Go to my website or cosmicorigin.com, scroll all the way down, and there's a link to my interview with George Nori. It's episode 29. I'm sorry, season 29, episode 9. So all you do is click on there, and that'll take you directly to my episode. You get your 7-day free trial, watch my episode, and while you're at it, since you have 7 days to cancel, just watch other episodes. But at least you'll have an opportunity to watch my episode. I went pretty deep there, guys. George Nori asked me some really good questions. Yeah, that was a really good episode. Good interview. Thank you for bringing that up. So many questions. Let me address this one. Since we are living our past, present, and future simultaneously on multidimensional levels, how do we know where we are at? Well, I could tell you this, that right now your consciousness, which a fraction of your consciousness is here. So you're only aware of this reality. But your consciousness is so vast that it's fractured into an infinite amounts of you that exist in other timelines or in other dimensions. So the whole purpose of ascension is trying to collapse that fractured consciousness into one whole consciousness so that you can have access to all the realms, all the timelines, past, future, present, you name it, at the same time, all at once. That is the purpose of the ascension. Is there a 5-dimensional high vibration version of New York City? Um, well, I tell you this, in the 50 Earth reality, it's not New York anymore. It's something else. How's that? 2 different realities, same space, occupying the same space. but in a different frequency. When will XRP and XLM take off? Ish. Question from Mathis Chronicles. I would say that when the new financial system is fully enacted, yeah, that is the only, while Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is crashing, the only one that is going to be left or remain is XRP and XLM, because that is going to be connected to the quantum financial system. Ishmael, I had a spiritual awakening. Oh, let me rewind. Chat is going so fast. Let's see. Ishmael, I had a spiritual awakening in 2017. Does anything happen around summer 2017? How did it happen? Well, ever since Mr. T came into office as a representative of the White Hats in 2016, there have been major shifts. Major shifts. The Great Awakening began, you could say, for the masses. So yeah, a lot of things have been happening since 2016. And then I have another question. Oh, I have a super chat from Heather Starcy. She says, will there be a form of disclosure on a live broadcasting system? Absolutely. Yes, through Project Odin, the White Hats and Starlink are going to be taking over the entire airwaves all around the world. So yes, it's going to be broadcasted everywhere. Or will it be the solar flash because the White Hats can't pull it off? No, I think it's going to happen before the solar flash. I think now that they've, secured the return of 45, soon to be 47, back into office, it's going to happen. He's going to finish the job that he didn't finish in 2020. Let's see. I have another question here. Oh, I have tons of questions. All right. So, any further info you want to share on the ETs that are negative, like reptilians not longer being on this planet, and the 3 dark angels that were arrested? What happened, and what were they? Okay, so ever since the black tesseract and the red tesseract were replaced by the diamond white tesseract, all of the negative, or let's just say those that were remaining, which was only a few, were immediately escorted, and that includes archon energies or archon entities. And then these dark angels that Jenny Lee was actually talking about, she talked about the dark angels, were actually inorganic AI entities. And they were actually arrested yesterday. They were arrested yesterday and removed also from this planet. Those were the only 3 entities that were able to breach the stargates, but they've been arrested in the last day. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. I can't help but to read the chat between you guys. You guys are funny. a lot of humor in this chat. A lot of humor. That's how I know you guys are all star seeds with higher vibrational souls, because you guys have humor. NPCs don't have any humor. Clones don't have any humor, but you guys do. Um, you guys are funny. Ishmael, is it necessary to have XLM XRP account? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, because the quantum financial system is going to be conscious and it's going to be connected with your own signature, your own vibrational frequency. So as long as you are radiating goodness, you're going to be pretty wealthy. You know, you're going to be pretty wealthy as long as you're a good person. Yes, Nasera and Gesera are very real. They are real. Oh, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this question. This is a good one. Valiant Thor's story about Hurricane Milton downgrading it. Tell them the truth. Yes, yes. I was able to talk about this in my class earlier, but before I was rudely taken off my live this past Monday during my White Hat update, I was going to share that the Galactic Alliance and the extraterrestrials that are here assisting us, we're going to use their technology to diffuse the hurricane from a category 5 to a category 2. So right when it hit Florida, you know, it was diffused. It wasn't as harsh. So it cost less destruction than it would have had if it wasn't diffused to a category type 2. So that was done by the Galactic Alliance, guys. The Galactic Alliance intervened because, again, Florida is full of a lot of what? Florida is full of a lot of quartz. Yes, they were after the quartz in Florida too. And they wanted to build smart cities in Florida. So they wanted to destroy it in order to build the smart cities. And that's what they want to do in North Carolina. They want to build their smart cities, but they're not. You know, they're not going to do that. Yes, collectively, we did it with our minds. Absolutely. And if you guys remembered, we were supposed to do like a collective meditation to diffuse it. And then I was, you know, cut off my life by AI. And I tried going back live again for a second part Monday night, and my Wi-Fi wasn't working. So I figured that it was definitely external forces at play here. Ishmael, what is the name of the negative timeline? The negative timeline is called the AI dystopian timeline. And that's where the Antichrist, also known as the incarnation of the Ahriman, hence AI God, but it's really an AI menace, I don't want to call it a God, is going to have its 1,000 years of fun before we merge again with it and then destroy it or destroy him and his minions. Ishmael, this is from RVZZK. Hi, Ishmael. Will medbeds in every country? Yes, medbeds are going to be distributed in every country. And yes, they are going to be free, by the way. They are definitely going to be free. Oh, this is a good question. This is from Laura Van Buskirk. Oh, I recognize her from my class. All right. Okay. Her question is, will people who are in 3D and super, will people who are in 3D and super and um, go to 4D and never do any shadow work ascend? I don't know if I understand your question. Will people who are in 3D and super go to 4D and never no. In order to go to in order to go to the 4D, all you have to do is at least be 51% service to others. That's it. For those that have cleared the shadows, that are done the work, they're going to have an opportunity to go to 5D. Hopefully that answers your question. And then I do have another question from Celia Vidal. She says, in what dimension are we going to see our past loved ones, human and animals? That is a very good question. I believe that those past ones are going to be waiting for us in the 5th dimension because they have already reunited with their celestial bodies. What exactly is a medbed? So this is a question from Raven of the North. She wants to know what a medbed is. A medbed is a healing chamber that heals every chronic illness, every disorder, every disease within hours. So these are technologies that had been produced and implemented within the secret space programs, technologies that have been used in these off-world colonies for many, many years, and soon they're going to be available to the humans on the Earth. So yeah, it's a chamber, you could say, a type of modality where you lay in this thing and you're in there for a few hours, and it cures everything from cancer to heart disease, to AIDS, HIV, everything that is uncurable, a med bed will cure it. So that's what a med bed is. Now, it doesn't regenerate you, it doesn't make you young, right? That's a different technology. But it definitely makes you healthy again. I have another super chat from Sonia Alexandria. She says, when will the negative ETs such as reps, I think you meant to say grays, Draco Luciferians and Dracos be blocked from possessing my autistic son? So your son is autistic and you feel that he's being possessed? That's what your question is? Well, I would say that now that the white diamond tesseract has been installed or replaced the black red tesseract, and I believe that as a result of that, negative entities that are possessing, if they are possessing people, they're going to be also escorted out of our realm. So I would say it's just a matter of time. And I feel sorry for you. Autism is not a bad thing. I don't know why you think your son's being possessed. I think autism is a gift to the earth, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, ever since the dark and red tesseracts have been replaced, all of the dark entities, it's almost like they can't even exist in this new frequency. So in either case, they have to flee. Otherwise, they're going to be dissipated and destroyed. Yeah, people with autism are actually a gift to the earth, whether they are high functioning or low functioning. Their souls are already connected to the higher realms. This is a super chat from Heather Starseed. She says, "Thank you, Ishmael. You are great, appreciated from Alberta, Canada." Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Heather. I figured I'll be on here for a little bit longer because I didn't go live this Wednesday. So I feel like I owe you guys an extra, 30 minutes after the hour. So let's answer more questions. I think I've already answered your question. What is the name of the negative timeline? It doesn't have a name. It's a technocratic timeline. And it's being created through virtual reality, augmented reality, Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse, and all that stuff. Drink some water. Give 1 second, guys. This is mountain spring water in a glass form. So that way I don't drink the plastic contaminants and all those chemicals that they use to build those plastic bottles. Ishmael, your coordination with Q&A is much better this way. Congratulations, bro. You're welcome, Tino. I know Tino personally because he was in one of my classes. That's one of the benefits of being in my class is that you guys get to interact with me on a personal level, on a Zoom conference, whatever you want to call it, seminar, class. And it's just, us together. It's where you guys are actually talking to me and I'm answering your questions in real life time through Zoom. So, and it gives me an opportunity to get to know you guys on a deeper level too. Neil says, "Why are you so awesome?" Well, thank you, brother. Thank you for that compliment. I appreciate you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The chat is going so fast. Was the secret technology in the RMS Olympic record? I'm going to have to look into that. That's a good question. I'm not sure. MJF says, "I love the classes." Oh, thank you. Thank you. I believe that you are in my Ascension. Oh, actually, you took both our Cosmic Origin and Ascension Basics. I do know who you are, MJF. How you doing, sister? Yes, that's true. The water that I drink, you actually could get it in Sprouts. Absolutely. I'm just looking for a question, but I can't, not resist reading some of your conversations. Will my Mets win the World Series? Come on, Mathis Chronicles. That's not a question I could answer. Who knows? I don't watch sports. Ishmael, can we grab our partner's husband, wife into our dimension? I don't know. It all depends on where they're vibrating. You must be referring to your husband, Valentina. Um, if your husband does not make the fifth dimension and you do, like I mentioned before, you're going to be able to, through the lowering of your frequency, um, descend into the fourth dimension and be with your husband at will. The only thing is that he's not going to have access to the fifth dimension, but you will. Jilhan says, Ishmael, thank you for all you do. You are a wealth of knowledge. We love you, brother. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome, Jill. I love what I do. I love sharing everything I know. And I'm still learning. I'm always learning. I'm just like you guys. I'm a forever student, you know, and in this ascension process, I guess. What about those who don't know anything about ascension? You must be talking about like the normies. Well, like I mentioned, as long as they're generally good people and they're not wicked or evil, they're going to at least go to the fourth D Earth, fourth density Earth. They're just not going to have any superpowers. Uh, Good day, Ishmael. This is from Jazz. Are your courses over 4 weeks? Yes, my courses consist of 4 weeks on a Saturday or Sunday. If you guys want to look more into that, go to my website or cosmicorigin.com and look for yourselves. So each class, our Cosmic Origin and Ascension Basics, consist of 4 weeks, 1.5 hour or 1 hour each, depending on the course, for 4 consecutive weeks. So you guys are going to get a lot of information. A lot of my students that have taken my class, they love it. They always thank me for all the information that I shared with them. And so, yeah, you're going to come out as a different person once you have all this information. It's definitely going to be life changing, you could say. So, yeah, my last class is going to be in 2 weeks on the 26th, 27th of October. After that, I'm going to take a break for 2 months until next year from teaching classes. And, right now, I'm only going to do the 50% off. After next year, it's going to go back to full price. So if you guys want to take an opportunity, take the opportunity in taking my class for 50% off. Go to my website today and sign up for the 26th and 27th of October. That's when the new class begins. Ishmael, what are you having for dinner tonight, or what did you have for dinner? I haven't had any dinner yet, but I'm thinking about having some salmon for dinner. Ishmael, you have a very generous super chat. I do, I do. This is from Diana77. Thank you so much, Diana. She says, you're the best. Well, thank you. That means a lot to me. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you, thank you. Yes, salmon is good. It's full of omegas. It's heart friendly, brain friendly. Ishmael, please have Aisha Patel on your show. I don't know who Aisha Patel is. I've never heard of her. I'll look into her. Nature Boy, thank you so much for your super chat. He says, Ishmael, I have been awakened since 2008, and I want to say a lot of your information has been major confirmation. Thank you for your hard work. Brother, you're welcome. Thank you for, that beautiful compliment. Thank you, thank you. I have already addressed that generous super chat from Diana. She says you're the best. If you have a question for me, Diana, go ahead and type it. But thank you so much for that generous donation. Thank you for your energy, Ishmael. Thank you, Ishmael, for your energy. Oh, you're welcome, David. Do you eat a lot of live foods? Absolutely. Yes, I eat every fruit there is. I eat papaya, all the berries, watermelon, grapefruit, oranges, everything except apples. I don't know why I don't eat apples, but I eat every fruit there is. When will you do a live show with Laura Eisenhower? Ooh, so you guys are requesting her back. I did already do 2 live shows with Laura. For those that haven't had a chance to watch them, for all my new subscribers within the last 8 months, about 8 months ago, I think we did our last show together. But if you guys want me to bring her back, all I have to do is I'll give her a little text and say, hey, the Galactic Jedis are requesting you, Laura, and I'll bring her back. All right, guys, I'll go ahead and send out a text to Laura Eisenhower. All right, 3 more minutes, guys, and then I'm going to go cook that salmon. I missed a super chat from RV. Huh, I don't see it. Kathleen, is it Orange? Deep gratitude and love to you, Ishmael. Thank you. Appreciate that. Tim Tactics again, says Sunshine, so we can flirt. All right. I'll go ahead and have him come back as well. So I'll reach out to Laura Eisenhower, Tim Tactics. Anybody else? Anybody else that you guys liked? Sarah Berksman Cosme. Who else was on my show? God, I had so many people on my show. I can't even think of their name right now. Remember the Arcturian-born starseed? What was her? Oh, Simon Parks. Yeah, thank you for the reminder. I think Simon Parks was the biggest guest I've ever had. That live alone is almost at 1,000, not 1,000, almost at 100,000 views. At 100,000 views. That's crazy because I guess Simon Parks has been around in the circuit for many, many years. Everybody knows who he is. Trump. Oh, I would love to have Trump. James Rink. All right, I'll give him a text. I could have the super soldier James Rink back. Who else? Carrie Kay. Well, me and Carrie Kay would have to pre-record it because she, lives in the UK, about 10, 15 hours ahead of me. So if we pre-record another show, then I'll go ahead and upload it. Who else? Who else? Yeah, everybody's saying Simon Parks, definitely. James Rink. Debbie Solaris. Okay, I'll reach out to her again. Who else? Nasim Hiramin. That guy's hard to get a hold of. Let's see. Oh, yes, I would love to have Trump. I did reach out to Nicholas Veniamin, and he does not like to get interviewed. He likes to do the interviews. But I tell you guys what, In the next few days, probably next week, I found another live that me and him did in the past that I never shared on my platform, and I'm going to go ahead and upload it, all right? For sure. All right, one more question. Tucker Carlson. When is my birthday? My birthday is on the 1st of November. It's coming up in a few weeks. No, nobody punched me in the mouth, Matthew Chronicles. What you're seeing is an old scar from when I was a kid. Right there. That's a scar. Look, that's a scar from when I was 5 years old. I was trying to pet a dog, and the dog just lunged out and bit my lip. A little dog. He wasn't that big. Otherwise, it would hurt more. But I got that scar ever since I was 5 years old. I was trying to pet a dog, and the dog wasn't friendly, and he just kind of launched out and got me on my lip. Like that. That's a scar. So that's what you're looking at. I don't have a. Nobody punched me in the mouth. That's a scar. I'm surprised you guys or you barely saw it. You know, I've had it my whole life. Alrighty, guys. I guess I will see you guys Monday night for an update from the Earth Alliance. May the God Force be with each and every single one of you, and we'll see you guys Monday night.